Welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program. My name is Nilaus, and it is time for us to go back into this wonderful world of Dyson Sphere Program. I am enjoying it so much, and I'm so happy that you are enjoying it as well. Lots of things are happening in this world. We are finding ourselves here at the corner of our universe. This is where we also went last time, but I've set up some few things. As we noticed last time, we built this design for just it's a bit of an endgame design for smelting. And that's, I've set that up. This is just a matter of copy pasting, so not particularly interesting to go through. Well, I'll go through it, but I'm not particularly interesting to set up. We have iron, we have copper, we have magnets, we have graphite, we have steel, we have titanium, and we have silicon. That's what we have on this planet. And what we are going to do today is focus on great nighttime. Focus on some of the things that always run out. And in this part where you are expanding further out, then you just run out of these things. And it's not because they're being used for excessively for our science production or anything like that. They're just being used for a lot of production. So those items are titanium alloy. We use. When we get to the first part, you always build a tiny bit of it and go, there we go, I have titanium alloy. And then you start spreading out to the world and build logistics stations everywhere. And they take 40 of them plus 40 of them. And you also get like tons of vessels, which takes 10 plus another 10 here as well. So that's 20 for each logistics vessel. So it's suddenly at some point when you start scaling up, you need a ton of titanium alloy. And you probably haven't set it up, so that's what we're going to do. Another thing that kind of tends to run out is supermagnetic ring. Supermagnetic ring is used for deuterium fuel, which is used for small carrier rockets, but it's also used for array receivers, miniature particle containers, also like in high quantity, like 50 here, 20 here, and also here 10 more for the rate ejector. So you can see like we're using them for quite a lot of things that we suddenly need like hundreds of, and then multiply by 20 or 50 in that regard. So that's another one. We did last time the particle container, and that's another one, but also electromagnetic turbine is another thing. Oh yeah, by the way, the supermagnetic ring is also used for for belts, and belts are also something. So what is it? And then on top of that, we also have processors. That's another thing that's always running out, and again, it's something you build the first thing you do on the second planet, and now it's time to sort of build it bigger. So that's what we're going to do today. We are going to take all the things that you suddenly go, oh, damn, I'm out of electromagnetic turbines, titanium alloy, processors, electromagnetic turbine. Oh, sorry, supermagnetic rings. All that we're going to be making. And I have a good design principle about it. I am building these things in this lane up here, or the corresponding one down here, the one that is 10 tiles or 10 squares wide. And the reason I'm doing this is it has a few quirks that are really convenient. First of all, with my design here, we can place 2 of these here and they will just fit in nicely. This means we can actually put in designs at this location for some of the stuff that we want. And we want this to be the good one. The good one here. That one. We are going to proliferate this because this is titanium. It's kind of an expensive thing. It uses a lot of the resources, and yeah, why not? Why not? That means it's also going to be using a lot of power. In order to look at our power, this is our situation here, and yeah, it has been running for a while. We get quite a lot of power actually from the Dyson Sphere, even in its modest state. The main problem is that we can't absorb all of the resources or all of the solar sails fast enough. You can see how many are in orbit and how few are actually being consumed. And that's simply because we are not getting enough launches in here. None are delivering. We've delivered 23,000 by now, and we're going to need more. Let's get this numbers. I want to build everything in quantities of 30 per second, because that's a full belt, and it's something that you can use much easier. And you're like, do I need 30 per second more? Yeah, no. So that's what we're going to do. Let's see. We are going to start by having this one. You will be titanium. It'll have that one, and that one, and that one, and then we have a problem. Are we going to use proliferators, or are we going to use warpers? Because I need both. Well, that's the thing. Oh, no. I am going to do it this way, where one is taking warpers and The other one is taking proliferators. So that's a neat little crisp design we can do here. Alright, let's do... First things first, we'll do this. And I'm going to drag it over to this line because I think that's where we want it. Let's actually drag it all the way over. Now, how big do we want this? I'm going to put you down there. I am going to build it... If we look at this, let's do some glorious math here. If I have 12 of these and they are Mark 1 smelters, then I'm getting 4 outputs per second. But they are speed 2, so that means I get 8. So if I have 12 of these, I get 8. If I then make it 18 deep, then I get 12. That means I need to make it 18 deep. But I also need to make sure that there's enough room here. And let me actually build it from the side. There. This is 15. No need to do it like that. And let's see, how close do we want it? Maybe not even there. I want to make sure that I have enough space for it. Yeah, it's like that. This is 15. And this is 18. Good. So 18 will produce 12 per second. I will have 2 rows of that. That will be 24. Plus proliferation means that I get 30. So double this, and then we get 60. That means I can make a little design here. Like so. This part here. And then I'll do the other outputs on this side. Get that all the way in. And that was titanium. And then we get the steel also going in. We'll do the same thing on this side. And steel. And then we'll just do tab and tab. Tab here. So this will actually, fully proliferated, will give us 60. Now we do need a bit more space here. This is going to be kind of tricky. Because it has to go to the back side. And I'm going to kill you. You don't get to be here for a very important reason. That goes to the back and in there. Now the next one is also going to start. I wonder how I did not build the last one. There. And then I need to output from the backside again. This is giving us, as you can see, there's not a lot of room left. Here. And then we just need proliferation setup. I'm gonna be a bit careful about this. And yeah, no. That one. That one. And obviously there. Alright, so that is all of it. The reason why we put this in is because then we can add some more easily get power in. Let's fire this up with inserters. Should be pretty simple as well. Inbound, 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 inbound. And this will be inbound, outbound, and inbound, outbound. Yeah, they're kind of tricky. And nope. So this will give us 60 per second. Whoa, something did not go right here. Huh, got a bit careless about this. It really looks like they're going the wrong way. That one. And then the middle. There. Is that correct? No, I feel that I'm missing something here. Oh yeah, I am missing something. There we go. There's always like these small things. Alright, and let's get some power for this as well. There. This is one of the builds, and I am going to cap this at 10,000. I'm going to, since this is a local one on this planet, then I'm going to set it at 5,000. Since everything here is local, and that should be no problem at all. There. And I don't want to put in the rest of it. We'll keep it like this. Let's see. Yeah. Because then I can take this out. And we are going to double it. Because then we can make 120 per second. And that's good. Also because there is an interaction between these two that we need to set up. Because this one is responsible for taking care of the proliferation, while the other one is taking care of the warping. That one. And then I go from here. Now, I'm trying to build this as sort of as smoothly as possible. And that means there might be some things that I'm missing here and there. After all of this, when I see the whole thing running, then I also usually detect some errors. And no, look at this. This is the one place that I have an outbound and one place I have an inbound. That takes care of now of all the rest. So we are going to get this inbound. And what I'm going to start with is over here. Oh, that's a bit much. We are going to absolutely always start, otherwise you'll yell at me, with getting the proliferator inbound. And we can also get that one inbound, so we get this. Okay, and you're probably already coming in, so let's link up all of this as well. These are all just coming in local. Oh, let's make sure we get this stuff down here. And what I've done is this location also has the sulfuric acid ocean, so I've tapped a lot of locations here for sulfuric acid. The stuff that was in the middle, I've simply just paved it over. I haven't paved this one over, but I'm tempted to. And we have sort of whatever we have out here in the outer rings, that's where we will be getting our sulfur from. It's not really using a lot right now, but I think it'll keep up. If we look at this, yeah. These ones ready to go out. And, well, we have production. Great. So, this is one blueprint for you to stamp down. This takes very, very little space. It takes 2 planetary blocks. It takes them in the lower quality locations out here, away from the middle zones, which will heavily be used for smelting and large scale production. This one, I mean, 120 of these per second. I can't imagine you would need more than that. Isn't that awesome? I think that's awesome. Blueprint is, of course, available on the website, if I remember to put it up there. Let's fly out here into this wonderful world and go to another planet where we built last time. Now, it would be really cool if I could find it. There we go, Everlist. Oh, look at that. It's firing, actually. Oh, this is going to be our only warp, so thank you to all the patrons who are supporting the channel. When warping, I'm thanking patrons. That's how it is. And we'll just have a look at this glorious launch facility. Sweet. All right, so it's launching. And I will go up here. Oh, ooh. Okay. Imagine the world is a power pole, then it's easier to hit. All right, so this is a place that we used to have something last time, but I've taken it out because I didn't like it. Oh, look at that in the background. It's actually making some progress. Right, this is a bit ironic though. So what I spent time on building last time, I am going to now say that I removed it. The thing was, the pink containers, or the particle containers we built last time, was great, but it needed a lot of electromagnetic turbine. And the way I sort of fidgeted with getting it in, I just really didn't like it. So what I am going to do instead is actually build exactly the same thing as we did for the previous one, except this one for the electromagnetic turbines, because it has pretty much the same structure, except it's not going to be on there. It's let's see. This one has 2 inbounds, so this will be pretty much the same output as the other one. What is it? What are the inbounds? It is this one, and it is, oops, that one. We know we built it, so I'm gonna skip over some of the details, but I want to just show you the baseline of it. This can be doing both, so let's do both, right? Again, base will be the same. We are going to talk a bit about the scaling because I want everything, every single design I make, I want those to be scaled towards something with 30 per second, because that's kind of the most important thing we want to do. And if I do that, then if I take one of these here, there, it is producing once every 2 seconds. That means by default, if I take 16 of these, then I'm producing 8 per second. Then I have to remember that this is speed 1.5, so I mean 12 per second. Then I do productivity, that means it becomes, or spraying, that means it becomes 15 per second. And then I double it, then it means 30 per second. That means if I make 4 rows of 16, then I'll have 60 produced, and then I can put 2 of those in, and then I'll have 120. How about that? I think that's great. So let's build that. And now this is happily producing, everyone's happy, and what you could also see, I just damped down another one of these because, well, we kind of need those, right? This is an additional one, and I could actually put it here. Maybe I should have, but that's kind of too late. I can, when I scale it up, I can do that. We did calculate previously that this part can support all of this, so doubling it, and it is fine. Actually, I have extended this by a tiny bit. It was 11 by 11, and now it's 13 by 13, so we get nicer numbers there. Now, then one thing that you might be thinking about, like, hey, didn't you build some pink containers last time, and now you just destroyed them? What is up with that? The thing is, with this part here, 1, 2, 3 inputs, and 1, 2, 3 inputs, they're exactly the same. It's that simple. It is, and even better, it's exactly the same as the one we had previously. So I am actually going to design the super magnetic ring here, and once that's designed, I can just copy paste it and then change the inputs and outputs. Then it should be fine. Should be right. Super magnetic ring requires magnetic rings, and it requires some supers. No, that's not how it works. It requires some greens, and it requires, what was the last thing? The graphite. This is also why we make graphite over on the other planet. And then we have the issue again, that either you're going to get warpers or you are going to get the other parts. And this is a design that we've been seeing before. So what I'm going to do here with this part is take the one that has the highest quantity, that will be out here, and you'll go. So now we need to figure out how many do we want to build in this case if I want to have all of it. And let me see, is it here? I think that's here. This is the location. And I will make some super magnetic rings. Now let's do this. By default, if I wanted to make one, then I'd have 3 per second. It's 1 per 3 seconds, so I need 3. That means if I have, let's say, 12 of these, that's 15, 14, 13, 12. If I have 12 of these, that would, if they were speed 1s, they would be producing 4 per second. Now they are faster, so they are going to produce 6 per second, and then proliferation, then it becomes, what? 6, 9, 6, 7.5. Yes, 7.5. Then I have 2 lanes for this, that means 15, and then I double it again, then we have 30. So I'm not going to make this bigger than 30 per second. If you want it bigger than 30 per second, yeah, you can, easily. So this design will be 30 per second with proliferation. I am not super hooked on this one. 1, 2, 3 tiles. I think I need to move it like one in. I think they're just getting it just a bit too close. That is there. Yeah, I like this better. This is just in here. And because it has to have room for proliferation at that location. I think that's good. All right. That's going to be here. And then we'll do the design again. We'll get the 2 other inbounds. There. And we'll get them on this side as well. Oops. Let's go on the side. And this is where we can see the emergence of very robust patterns of design that will be used quite a lot. And they've actually been refined since previous iterations, so that now they are, because they also need to be proliferated. And that goes over here. And that is return, which has to now return on the back side. There we go. And we'll do the inputs and outputs. There. And I will then make it to 12 deep. 12 deep. And at this point, yeah, I can make it bigger with the space I have available, but I don't really want to, because I just really like the idea of knowing this is producing 30 per second, so that's a full belt. If you want more, then we do build in scales of full belts. That's just way nicer somehow. I feel that's nicer, at least. There. And I will be building the proliferators here. No, they are harder to grab. That's going to be the top one. That one. Good. Now this is, if I just place this one, this is now complete. And except that it's actually can be doubled very easily by going down here. And then that will take care of the other design. The back, renewing the pink containers. There, does it fit? Yes. So we'll have pink containers down here. Now pink containers are moving a bit slower. So if this is 12, then I need 16 here. Oof. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, no problem at all. No problem at all. So we extend out here. That one. And let's see which ones. Gotta get the inputs and outputs correct. And that is the... And I don't even know what I call inputs and outputs at this point. Is it into the build or out of the tower? Or what is it? That's now done. I suppose I could have done a copy paste. Oh. 3. That one. And that one. And then a few power poles as well. And then I realized that, oh wow. See, there's definitely some power here that we forgot. Then we also forgot it up here. Yep. And we also forgot. Let's try to be consistent about it. There we go. Alright, so now we need to make sure that the lower one here is... What? Why is that? That kind of sucks. Oh, right. It's... That's where it's supposed to be. There. Alright, so now we have a few things that are different. This is not going to be super magnetic rings, but it is the recreation here. Then we need to remember what goes in. Oh, that sucked, because that could actually have been kept. And there. Yeah. This will now be taking the proliferation. Come on. We'll get this one in quick. Look at our inventory, it's decreasing. And all the inputs and outputs are obviously not working. Because I just, I have to rebuild them again. And that goes in. And that goes all the way up. And identify, perfect. And then we have the warpers coming out from the back. We now have accepted that as a viable way of doing it. And I will do... When it's 20,000, hitting 1 pixel here, that 1 pixel is eluding me. That goes in, that goes in. I'm gonna get this in as well. Alright, but it's not working yet because all of these are not changed to pink containers. Nope, I'll do this, and then I remove the inputs and outputs here, so I don't get any... What? Yeah, yeah. And then the last ones. Alright, so now it's the inputs and outputs I need to get in here. I guess we can hook this one up immediately. This is from a different location, so it has to be 1000. If it's a 10, this is just my new rule. If this is from a different planet, then go 10,000. If it's on the same planet, we have a modest 5,000. Because we just built it there. And this is from a different planet, so it'll be here. And that will be provided inbounds, outbounds. This part, it doesn't really matter which one is going out where, but I think we'll just do the copper be the one that has 3 of, because copper is the least valuable, so I can use that for the most belt storage, copper. And then I do here and here. And whether they are mirrored or they are, well, that doesn't matter. And this is from the same planet. Yep. And this is also from the same planet. So we do it 5,000. Come on, 5,000. And this is from a different one. So it has to go to 10. Oh, come on. And I think I only want to produce 10,000 here. You are also going to be more modest with 10,000. And it should be coming in. And this, everything should be producing now. That is a much nicer design for what we have before. And this is now 1 tile. You can tile it up. You could also take 2 pink containers if you want 60 of those. Or 2, what do you call it? Super magnetic rings if you want that. So, I mean, I think this is brilliant. This is brilliant in the way that it works. What I am going to do now, we have one more thing that's always running out, and man, did that just run out for me as well in this case, and that is actually the processors. Now I'm going to do processors, and you can get your angry pen and your torches and your pitchforks ready, because I am not going to proliferate this part. Why not, you may ask? Well, it is 2 different reasons. But the main one is, do we call it laziness, or do we just call it something else? We'll call it something else. Better to call it something else than laziness. Alright, so the reason why I don't want to do it is I have a really crisp design that isn't using it. It's called, I have it already here, this module here. Then I remember that I have to rotate it, and then it just goes in here. Really nicely tiles. Let's go like really nice and close, up close and personal, like that. And then of course it's not working. Let's make sure that the whole thing is upgraded. Yes. Alright, so this is a really nice concept. It is perfectly ratioed. If it is producing, if these were speed 1s, then they would be producing 1 + 1, only 2 processors per second. That's not a lot. Now, if I had to proliferate this, I could get a bit more, but it would be a lot of machines that would be active for a very low quantity outbound. So there'd be a lot of machines that works at the 2.5 times the power consumption, plus that's the one part. So it's a very expensive to get extra productivity. The second option of why I'm not doing it is it's raw resources. That's fine. The third reason is that the design wouldn't be as crisp as this, and I think that's the deciding factor for me. Not surprising. If I do this design, then I have something that I can... otherwise, I'd have to build this, bring it back, proliferate it, bring it into the next line. I would have to bring all of my green circuits, build it sort of remotely or another place, and then bring the drones in to fly it. And it's just... I think it's just really cumbersome. So I have decided that this is how I do my processors. I really like it, and yeah, so that's why that's how I'm going to do it. So get your pitchforks ready. But let me just say it this way. If you have a great design for processors, I would love to see that. But remember, great design is according to kind of to my standards before, because I really like the fact that I can build these in this rim up here, because it's a lower quantity or lower quality rim, and then so I really want to use that. The second part is that I can do that. It has to be sort of filling in within these planetary sectors. It's less of a relevant part here. Okay. So I'm going to drag this really far down, because each one of these modules is producing 1 + 1, that's 2. Multiplied by the crafting speed, that's 1.5. So that's 3. This produces 3 per second. That means I need to build 10 modules. And 10 modules, each module will be a 4 deep. That means I need to build 40 down here. So let's try and do that. Like, this is... I wonder if I should do that. Probably not. No. You know what? I'll just build it far down here. There. And I think that's also important. The top one is the iron part. And then the next one is return. The only return on this belt. So if there's a cool proliferated design, I'd love to see that, because I can't really come up with a good design myself, and I really like this existing design, so it's kind of hard for me to find something else. I tried doing some designs and they were really big and clunky. They were basically like these designs, really big and clunky, and I'm not happy about those either, and I probably shouldn't have done that. I should just have accepted that it was not going to be proliferated, because it's only like partially proliferated anyway. There. And let's make sure that we get all of the belts placed. Good. Oh, there's even something here. And now I take my module. Oh no. Huh? Ah, this is the wrong way. There you go. Alright, we take the module. Like so. And I remove the belts, because you can't paste belt on belt. And then I want to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's brilliant. It's brilliant that I can do that, isn't it? It's brilliant. I have a feeling I might need a few more of our ingredients here. So let's get a few more of this, a bit more of that, and a bit more of that. So we are all good. Maybe even... No, power poles should be fine. And then I'll cut the lines down here so they are not excessive. There you go. And that means Oh, I don't have power on this. Target is out of range. Wow, our power is actually being used here. Okay, and I am going to, from this location, just have enough. That will be 10,000 because it's coming in from the second planet. Come on. There we go. There, and you will also just providing 10,000. Good thing I have the double capacity, huh? And by the way, we'll do that at the back row here. Sweet. Input, and there. Nope. Yes. Now we'll do a copy. All of these blueprints, as I said, will be available on my website. Yeah, it's an odd number, so that seems good. So you can put them into your own base, and I think that will help a lot in your particular base. Because there's this man, I'm so happy about it, because it just gives me like this comfort of saying, okay, I now know that I have enough of everything here. And let's just get things inbound. Why not? There you go. And onwards we run down here. This is an uncharacteristically big build for me, but I wanted to have something that was 30 per second. So each of these will now be producing 30 per second. That means I'm now producing 60 processors per second, which isn't really a lot. The funny thing is, like, if I'm looking at something like 60 signs per second, then this is not even gonna cut it. This is not even enough to get here, right? This is 2 of this to 1. So this 60 here isn't even enough to oh man, this is 60. This is only enough for 30 signs, if I'm even going to use it. But the stuff I built for signs will be dedicated for signs, so we don't get any problems. Look at that, coming in here, coming in hot. And I wonder if I'm out. Oh yeah, that's why I'm out. Haha. Maybe I just need to panic. Well, you know what? That's not going to be a problem until after this episode is over. So it's going to be my problem how to get back and not your problem. Look at that. It's amazing, isn't it? So let's recap what we've done in this episode, because I think we've done an absolute amazing amount of work. We built 120 titanium alloy per second. We built 60 processors per second. We built 120 electromagnetic turbines per second. We built 30 supermagnetic rings per second. We built 30 particle containers again per second. That's pretty damn good, isn't it? That's pretty damn good. All of that in, I don't know, about 40 minutes or something. And all of these designs, you can just stamp them down. If you want it bigger, you can just stamp them down 2 times or 4 times or as many times as you like. They scale really well, and all of it is belt constrained. So all of it is within the constraints of the belts, and everything will just find a nice idle situation. That means from now on, what I can do now I can start working on some of the scaling up, because I have some smelting. I did that off camera. I have some of these intermediate products that I'm always running out of. That means now I can start working on quantum chips, and then into small carrier rockets, and then into science, all the different sciences. So tons and tons of stuff to do, and then build many more beautiful, amazing, awesome Dyson spheres for us to marvel at. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, they're still losing a bit here, but it's okay. As we know, we built a lot of those previously. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you have, be sure to hit the like button. It helps me a lot with visibility of this Let's Play. If you have watched all the way here and somehow not subscribed, well, consider subscribing. There's lots more stuff coming to the channel, both the factory games and other games as well. And of course, if you want to do something extra or really enjoyed it or whatever, have some spare cash you don't know what to do with, there's always the option of pledging on Patreon, but of course no obligations in that regard. I hope to see you either here on YouTube or maybe on Twitch, where I'm also streaming this Monday, Wednesday and Friday generally. I'll see you guys. Until next time, take care, and as always, stay effective.